And we
Very
could.
excited.
I hate how there's like no option to like click go live after this.
Okay,
You
it
know,
says
and
live.
like it used to be where it's like you could start the streaming and then like you have a couple seconds to kind of get into position before it awkwardly caught your first 5 seconds you weren't aware of. And hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Just. Well, there's three of us this time. Marks.
Triple threat.
Wrestling Recap Show. I'm the Athletic Geek, joined on the other end of the tin cannon string by EZ of the Elite Air Network. He's back. It's like that Eric Bischoff song. I'm back. And
Yeah.
we got Eric Wade also joining us again, and we have a lot to talk about, and we have a lot to cover. But if you've never seen this show before, this is the just this many Marks Wrestling Recap Show. The three of us all met at All In 2018. We love wrestling. We love talking wrestling. We love sharing our love of wrestling with other passionate wrestling fans. That's how we became friends, and like each and every one of you guys out there. But just like all of you out there, we're just fans. We're not insiders. We're not wrestlers. At the end of the day, we are just two marks. Why is this not coming up on? There it is.
What's that?
Got to get the share in. Sharon Peters, hello. um. So yeah, lots of stuff to talk about. Who wants to start off with SmackDown?
Start off with SmackDown.
Yeah. So
I didn't catch SmackDown, so I'll just let you guys lead it. But
well, if
I
nobody
heard
else
about
watched SmackDown, then I guess we won't talk SmackDown much.
yeah. I always hear about. I always watch or tune in and watch Raw, and then just AEW. SmackDown's kind of just like
See,
too inconvenient to watch. So
Sorry, we're never prepared for this show because we have lives.
yeah, we're not unlike a lot of other people. We're not paid to be on. We're not paid to be on here, but I disagree. I like SmackDown more now because my favorite thing in the WWE is bad guy Roman Reigns. So I know for the year and a half of me complaining about Roman Reigns, now that I've got what I want, I'm not going to be the typical internet person like, well, it's too late, so I don't like it. I'm like, no, fuck, it's great. He's doing a fucking damn good job. Not really a big Usos fan, so the fact that he's like feuding with the Usos isn't really big for me, and like I never really was a big fan of the Usos, so
Yeah, I hated them. I hated them in their first cartoony version, but I kind of like them now. Like I respect them, but I just hate their.
Well,
I
I
hate
actually like
them,
when they
not
have
not
like
their
the
characters.
face.
They're people.
I miss the
The
old.
guy's a
I miss the old
jackass.
theme song too.
what's that?
Oh, the Usos.
The old theme song
Yeah.
when they do their dance and stuff. I just
Yeah.
didn't like them.
Yes, come on. It's a It's a tribal dance.
Yeah,
Respect the history of the Samoans.
Alexa Bliss is getting a little chummy with the Fiend some more. There really wasn't much on.
Because we really couldn't hire Paige to be Sister Abigail. Damn you, Sasha Banks.
I know, right?
Damn you, Sasha Banks, just in general, because
Yeah, but she's the reason Paige actually can't wrestle anymore.
Yeah. There was a good match between Sami Zayn and Jeff Hardy in the main event, but let's just get to Raw. Fuck this. Nobody else watched it.
Oh, actually, Carmella was apparently revealed as this mystery person because no shit, it wasn't Carmella. And apparently, I saw on Twitter when she made. I don't know if I didn't see the video, but it's like she said like I'm better. She basically almost said in a context of saying I'm better than you and you know it, where it's like haven't we heard this from somebody else before?
Kind of just repeating.
But
Yeah,
she's
I don't know.
basically
Carmelo
trying
was
to
always good
become the
though.
female MJF.
I kind of. I never really thought she was a good character. She just wasn't like a really that good of a wrestler to me. That's just my opinion on Carmella.
Right.
Um, but
Was she NXT champion too? Did they give her the
no,
title
her
right?
first. No, she wasn't NXT champion. She was just within Zone
Oh.
Cast, and
I don't know. I always thought she was good. She's not the like she was a good
Mm.
mid card for the female division, but like repackaging her doesn't really mean much because it's like why'd she even go in the first place?
I, I'm looking at her promo video right now. It's like, um, is she basically trying to be American Muddies?
Oh, is that what Mary should say?
Yeah. Oh
But
god,
they
here's
need
a,
more people. They need
oh
like
god,
right
here.
now the
right.
I always complained that the WWE roster was too big, but now ever since COVID and stuff, it seems like they only have like 10 people. So it's like, good, welcome back, Carmella. We need you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Off the
I
bench,
wait,
get in the
wait,
game.
wait. Can you imagine if the mystery woman was Emelina?
Like, see,
Oh
finally
my
paid off.
god, I could
Finally
not.
paid off. That was literally the worst.
That was the stupidest thing ever. And it was like, nope, I'm back to Emma, and then oh wait, she just went back to Australia.
Well, I guess none of us watched NXT, but I heard that Ember Moon returned to NXT.
About
That was
time.
on. Yeah, I did hear about that. I'm a big Ember Moon fan, so I am pretty excited about that.
Mm.
But that's what I'm
Um,
saying. Like, she could have been the mystery woman or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
not they would have repackaged the
so
videos
you're not an
obviously,
Ember
but
Moon fan,
like
Easy?
they need
Am
her
I
better
not a
than
what?
Ember Moon fan because you kind of
No,
know.
I like Ember Moon. I just don't think she would have been the mystery woman because the promos just never made sense.
yeah.
Right. I don't
But
know, well, I mean, I did watch Takeover. I did enjoy it. It's just kind of, again, like, I just kind of, WWE during COVID's a little bit harder to get into than AEW during COVID. There's just something not
Yeah.
quite right. I don't mind the Thunderdome. Like, I mean, if you want to watch the show on your phone and give your reaction that way, cool. But, you know, I mean, it looks good.
yeah.
It gives a better ambiance than an empty fucking performance center or, the wrestlers with fake chants and piped in crowd noise that doesn't match, at least, but still, it's just kind of,
We'll see.
it is what it is.
This AEW, at least they're like trying to take care of everything going on.
Well, they got lucky with the arena. Imagine if Tony Khan didn't have access to that building, or like if they had to do empty arena, they probably would have had to figure something like that out too at
I'm
one point.
sure with
But
Tony Khan's resources, they would have found a building. Worst case
Yeah.
scenario, they would have done the Nightmare Factory. But still, like even when they did those once temporarily at the Nightmare Factory, it still came across better than the Performance Center.
yeah,
So I don't know. But let's talk
Actually,
Raw. Oh,
actually,
go. Finish your
speaking of
thought, though.
which, on NXT Takeover, they revealed Halloween Havoc is returning, which is like, okay, finally.
yeah, it
Took
could be
you long
cool. I
enough.
always like Halloween Havoc.
That was one of my favorite
All he
pay
did
per
was
views. We'll
just,
see.
like,
I always like how they're giving like all the WCW stuff that Dusty Rhodes created to NXT. I'm sure they had it planned all along. I'm sure that was always the plan.
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
I was at War Games in LA. It was dope.
Except for the fact that WWE doesn't know how to do a War Games match.
Yeah, well, it was fun. It was
Well,
when,
I'm not saying they're a bad
the
match.
Vice
I'm just
Lord
saying
got
they're
there.
not good. They're not War Games.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
well, here's the thing. The whole point of the War Games matches was you entrapped. The original plan was you entrapped the Horsemen so they could get their asses whipped and couldn't run away, but yet you could still keep the belts on them.
Mhm.
So this whole thing, we're gonna not have a roof over the cage, but if you crawl out, you're disqualified. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna crawl out. I'm gonna run. I'm just gonna run. Oh, you'll get disqualified. Who gives a shit? We got the belts. Fuck y'all. Like that's the undisputed era's theory right there. Like I'm just gonna run. Bye bye. When they put a roof on it, and then the other thing is you don't win a War Games match by pinfall. submit or surrender.
I think they
So
did do it.
again, just it's a shame we never got the inner circle elite blood and guts match. I'm sure that would have actually been.
Hey, the Stadium Stampede match, though, I thought that was amazing.
It was amazing, but I'm just saying the blood and guts probably would have been war
Yeah.
games done right.
Maybe next year. Who knows?
Yes,
Or maybe it might not be the Elite and Inner Circle.
I think it'll probably be.
I know, right? They gotta. It was hyped up to be them
Actually,
too.
what about Dark Order and Inner Circle? Just
No.
maybe. I don't know.
Dark Order, I like the Dark Order right now, but it's not. They're not.
We just saw
As a
color
whole
match.
stable, they're not
We
on
just
that
saw
level.
a dog color match, which we'll get to obviously later.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's not. The Dark Order as a whole doesn't have like the same pop as like the Elite or the Inner Circle. They're just kind of like,
No, they only get the bop from being the Elite.
yeah.
But
So Raw. Let's get to Raw if my phone would cooperate with me.
All right.
So Randy
No
Orton.
more Raw Underground.
Yeah, thank God. So Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre is apparently still going on. Wake me up when this ends. September has ended, but this is still going on. Fuck this.
It's gonna go on till the end of the fucking time.
Can someone explain to me what the hell is this Murphy and Mysterio, Aliyah
Aaliyah?
Mysterio thing?
They keep on saying every 2 minutes too. 19-year-old Aaliyah. She's 19 years old. That's 19-year-old Aaliyah. That's Rey Mysterio's 19-year-old daughter. It's like, all right, I get it. They're trying to.
Well, Raw Underground isn't happening, but apparently they're still talking about it, so it might come back. So we're not out of the woods yet with Raw Underground. Just want to throw that out there.
Wait, what's this that it says Keith Lee and Braun Strowman fought, but it was an exhibition match? Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't really understand that. Like, it wasn't bad. I just didn't really get the whole.
I don't know. And Bianca
Except for the fact
Belair,
that it ended pretty shittily too. But like, just that would be a good match. Like, it'd be something to you. But I don't get the whole. I don't get the WWE logic and shit.
Okay, let's go to logic that apparently, for once, I'm actually intrigued with. The leader of Retribution was revealed to be Mustafa Ali. I'm like,
or just no, it's just Ali now. Remember?
nope,
You
I'm
remember?
looking at WWE right YouTube and it says Mustafa Ali.
Oh, really? Well, good for them. Good for them. He got his
Mustafa.
So there's hope for Murphy.
Mustafa.
Murphy can get his buddy named Bart back.
Nope, he's still Murphy, which is stupid.
I don't know.
I mean, like, I don't mind.
Wasn't he supposed to be the guy that was
SmackDown
behind
hacker?
the? Yeah,
That's what everyone's saying. It's like, well, who didn't see that?
Well, they
coming?
never officially said it was him, I guess, so
Yeah.
they're out. But like, I guess they gave him a stable or whatever.
I mean, I'm all for it because he kind of. I mean, Kofi Mania needed to derail his, what he had coming, but still, he deserves something. And I'm okay with that, but still, Retribution's such a. With what they've done last week with Retribution and the dumb logic and the weird names and the fucking
And they're
BDSM
still
looking shit.
weird names, and I don't get this. Like, when you're trying to put together like this whole anti-corporate for, okay, so this is going to be the 10 billionth and one time that WWE is doing an anti-corporate storyline, which, let's face it, it's going to end with Retribution probably getting their asses whooped at Survivor Series versus Team John Cena.
Sure.
Where have we heard that before? Survivor Series, SummerSlam, bragging rights.
Yeah.
WrestleMania. Okay, I don't know about Mania, but still.
But all this stuff on Raw happens too. Like Seth Rollins' storyline is going absolutely nowhere because what he's supposed to be like the Monday Night
I don't know what the
Messiah,
hell's
like
going
running
on
all
anymore.
Well,
over.
that was. It's
But,
going
like-
nowhere, but it's
But-
like I didn't like it to begin with, so I mean I don't know how much I'm going to complain. It's a little
Can we
shitty on
just
my
get-
part, but
Can we
you
just
know.
please give Retribution new names? I cannot take them
See?
seriously.
I would have been okay with
Different
Retribution
names.
just coming out and being I'm Donovan Dijakovic, and we're who we are. You know, like well,
Like, come on,
They-
T-Bar, Slapjack, and Mace. Like, you guys sound like Watchdog characters.
right.
I
Bebop
don't
and
even play
Rocksteady.
Watchdog.
It's just
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like,
you know, it's not like when other Renegade groups began that everybody changed their name to something stupid. I mean, yeah, you know, Razor and Diesel, you know, went under their real names, and Hogan became Hollywood Hogan, but they didn't become, you know, T-Pain and H squared and fucking
or even if
slap
Hogan just
truck
changed his
and
name to
bullshit like
Hulkster.
that. You know,
No,
they
here we
were.
go. Here we go. Let's see. It was Hall, Nash, and Hogan, obviously. So let's see. There's be
That's H squared.
Diesel Fuel, Razor Blade, and the Hulkster.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, they didn't change that. They changed a little bit, you know.
If
Yo,
they ever called that-
fucking AJ Styles didn't become, you know, JB Fashion when he joined the Bullet Club. All right.
Actually,
Shorty
here's
G.
a funny. Actually, here's a funny story I heard. Apparently, AJ Styles he wasn't going to be able to keep his name when he debuted WWE, but they kind of had to because he had AJ tattooed on his body.
Well, it's a good thing they went with
True
it.
story. I actually seriously read that apparently he wasn't going to be able to keep AJ Styles.
Hmm.
I don't know. They wanted to give him a new name or something, which is I don't know why.
This does bring when Sting first signed with WWE that someone like found a picture of him wearing a suit from TNA, put an NXT logo, and put Borden Stevens as his name.
But yeah, I'm still intrigued about what they're gonna do with the retribution thing with Ali, but it's like
Ali,
give us new names already.
Ali has saved it from me completely hating it last week to me going, well, at least I like Ali, and may this will end up being good for him. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm excited about it by any stretch of the imagination.
Now,
Yeah.
if next week they have Ali take a clipboard and smack it on one of the retribution members, I'll be happy.
See, I will
Kinda
not.
like-
I will not be
They're
happy.
Like,
Topping
come on, it's
Dark
like,
Order.
you're following my ordership. If you don't do this, I'm gonna smack you. Because if I use paper, it's gonna look very familiar to another company we're trying to hate.
I know, right? They well,
Actually,
if it-
I will give them credit. If we like retribution little vlogs, I'll laugh.
if it was gonna be a big guy instead of Ali, who do you think it would have been?
Fuck if I know.
Like storyline wise, would have made sense, or just
Actually-
whatever?
Call me stupid for this. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Just
That would've been pretty.
think about it for a moment. Since when does he give a shit about WWE? If he ran like his own little group, I actually would have had Brock Lesnar. Imagine if you had a
Now see, here's why I don't like it being Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar still has an aura about him as a singles competitor where his character, you're still afraid of him as a singles. So it would water
Yeah,
that
and then
effect
you have
down.
him.
It would water that effect down if he had a bunch of people around him and turned into, you know, a cow. He's not the cowardly bad guy that has to hide behind a bunch of people. He is bad enough to back shit up, and he just doesn't give a fuck until the
Right.
price is
Or
right.
maybe-
That's better than
or
him being
maybe-
essentially a bitch with everybody around him.
Maybe Aleister Black as well, but I'm
Aleister Black would be better than Brock Lesnar, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I could see that. I was gonna say Braun just because he's just running all over the place anyway. But
No.
he needs something to do because
Or in an M Night Shyamalan twist, Seth Rollins.
yeah, because that's what I was getting at earlier. Is like, what is Isn't he supposed to be the Monday Night Messiah? Like, where is he at when all this new shit's going on with that? Like, basically, when you think of Monday Night Raw, you're not thinking of Seth Rollins
Nope.
or his group, which is his whole
It's
storyline is
falling
unsaving
apart
the
at the
company.
seams, you know.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say. Like, I was surprised that it wasn't him or whatever, but he only managed to get 3 followers, and then one of them left, and Buddy Murphy now is they're
Murphy.
fighting.
He lost his first name, and he's in love with a 19-year-old.
Until Murphy actually just attacked Rollins.
Yeah,
Or here we go.
they're on again, off again.
This would be another great twist. What if it would be the second time we would have it's me, Austin. It was me all along. What if it was Vince McMahon
Finn.
on Retribution?
Or Shane.
He ruins his own company just to get money.
That sounds like the original plan when he brought in the NWO and failed at that. He was going to inject the WWF with a lethal dose of poison because Ric Flair can't run a company.
Eric Rowan's no longer with the company, but they could have given it to him. That would have been.
Or actually, imagine this. What about Triple H?
Yeah, if they were like.
Because think about it, woman. How come?
I would say yes if they were developed NXT guys or whatever. Like, if they were his guys.
Right. But Retribution was attacking Raw and SmackDown. Why did they never go after NXT?
Yeah. It just would have been better. Again, this all would have been better if they'd not become fucking Slapjack and T-Bar and No Love and
obviously with better names. I would have probably said I would love to see what Triple H would do, because come on, he led D-Generation X and they were kind of the same style except they didn't look like hacker fucks.
Yeah. I mean,
I would have went with Triple H. Like, he's the brains behind Retribution, saying like, no, the reason we are attacking you guys is because you guys absolutely suck. Like, not just in terms of your wrestling and your ratings, but overall in general, you don't have anything.
See, I wouldn't do that because to me, you're insulting I take the Mick Foley approach to this. You never ever say your opponent is bad.
Mm-hmm.
You never ever say that the show is useless. Because then what does that mean if you lose? Then you're awful.
Hey, at least it would show that they would keep the names from the people from NXT.
If you say your opponent sucks and you beat them, what does that mean? You're average? What does it mean if they beat you? You're lousy?
It could set up another NXT invasion for Survivor Series if they hopefully go.
Yeah, that could have done that. Just don't say that the show sucks. If you say the show sucks, say the talent sucks, then it means you suck. You know. Then it means you're not winning shit.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's exactly what that means. Look what you guys are doing versus what NXT is doing.
That you can do better. Like we're a better product than yours, and we're tired of you holding us down. That's more than just going, yeah, hey, all y'all, yeah, you suck. You bad wrestlers. Oh fuck, one of the bad wrestlers beat me. I must really suck then.
I don't know. I think, in my opinion, like, I would just put it as like another hidden NXT invasion, thinking you guys are no longer the A show. NXT is better than Raw and SmackDown.
That's better than saying that they're not any good.
I think that's what I'm trying to say. Obviously, like, not talent sucks, but it's like, no, you guys are not.
But they can't go back and do that because they became fucking T-Bar and T-Judd and fucking
again, just the stupid names, and then them like trying to
Jack Slap and fucking
Crowbar and Scarface.
Well, there already was a Crowbar.
Oh, and then one of your female
There's a Crowbar
members
in WCW already. Yeah.
And one of your female members is called Retaliation. It's like, really? It's like you have a member of the Elite called Delete. Okay, Matt Hardy doesn't count, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move on to something that was worth talking about. Bring the Boom, Dynamite.
All right. It was the celebration of 30 years of Jericho. Insert missing WWE footage. and you
I
have.
know. Yeah, I almost
that
expected them to show it. I was like,
I bet, I
are they
bet
gonna
they
do
couldn't.
it? Are they
I
gonna?
bet they couldn't use WCW footage either.
Yeah, probably not. But it's a shame because don't be so petty, WWE. He's great. It's
I
like
mean,
saying
on the other note, I will say I
it's
don't
like when
blame.
they canceled Undertaker's appearance at Starcade. It's like, no, that's our property. You can't use it, kind of
I
thing.
mean, I'm
It's
not
like,
gonna
come
say
on.
that it sucks they didn't get that footage, but still, it's kind of at least it's kind of cool that I don't blame WWE for not letting him do it, but the amount of people they have given shout outs was kind of cool. Speaking of kind
Uh,
of cool, the opening match, Brian Cage and Will Hobbs. This was a damn fine hoss fight, if I do say so myself. And to quote another wrestling YouTube show, there was a lot of beef in this match. I really liked it. I think Hobbs is.
Oh
Hey,
no, I'm looking
we,
at
we were
the.
we were talking off air about people like that could you could put some of the New Japan guys in where they wouldn't win but would get their stock risen if there was New Japan guys in AEW. Will Hobbs is one of
right?
those.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm not saying
I just saw.
don't
I
put him
just
against
saw that.
like Okada, but like let's say you had like Minoru Suzuki. Minoru Suzuki could beat Will Hobbs, but Will Hobbs having a good match with Suzuki put him on the upswing.
I just saw Tanahashi was one of the celebrity shout outs on the 30 Years of Jericho. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
could be something.
maybe. But yeah, Cage Will Hobbs. What do you guys think about this match?
I liked it. The FTW belt is now a real thing, I guess.
It's kind of like an. It's about the same as it was in ECW. It's kind of like they'll defend it, but it's not like a sanctioned championship. You know what I'm
But what
saying?
was he gonna do if he lost? It's like, obviously
Then
it
he's an
wasn't
idiot
ever,
for
but
defending it in the
Yeah, then he's
first
an idiot for
place.
defend. Then he lost Taz's belt, and it's more insulting. You know?
Jazz is gonna have a word with him backstage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just that I was watching that. I was just like, that doesn't. If they're gonna defend, if they're gonna start defending it, they have to legitimize it. Like it has
It's
to be a real belt. Or
it
like,
no. The whole thing is it's kind of like because Taz did this in ECW. He's like I don't need your belt. We have this is the real belt. This is mine. It wasn't
Or
sanctioned
yeah,
maybe
by
they could.
ECW, but it was just kind of one of those things like Taz be like, I'll
Well,
defend my belt because it's the real belt, and like ECW.
mm.
And that's kind of what they're doing now. Like, oh, Cage don't need John Moxley's belt. He don't need, whatever belt. Cage has his own belt, and he'll defend the
Oh,
real
but
belt against this guy.
speaking of belts, I know you guys didn't see. Oh, I don't know if Wade saw being the elites a couple of days ago, but they revealed another championship called the Being the Elite World Championship that Brandon Cutler gifted to the Bucks, and it's like you guys can defend this anywhere, and it's not just on AEW, but it could just be on Being the Elite or something. But
Yeah, we'll
I don't
see
know. I
with
saw
that.
that the belt design's actually really dope. So I'm like, please,
Yeah.
for the love of God, sell it. But we'll
Um,
see. I'm curious about what they're gonna do with that. I don't know if that's just me like a BTE thing.
I'd like it to be a BTE
yeah,
thing. It'd be better
probably.
be a BTE thing. Kind of give a little extra layer to BTE,
Actually,
honestly.
you know what? It could be basically BTE's quote unquote 24/7 championship. I
We'll
don't know.
see.
It could turn into something funny, but anyways.
But speaking of championships,
Yeah,
the AEW Tag Team Championship was defended as the Hybrid 2 took on FTR in the 20-minute brush with greatness, and this is probably the best Hybrid 2 match I've ever seen. When they slow down, they're significantly better, and yeah, this was
Hybrid
great.
2, remember us? Neither do we.
no, I like these guys. I like
No,
their.
I like him too.
Yeah, I'm fans of them. They look, yeah, like you said, they look good or whatever. But it was a good match. I just didn't like the totally getting involved kind of stuff or whatever because I don't know, it just didn't work or whatever for me. But other than that,
Well,
the whole
but
thing was
he's
good.
still supposed to be a bad guy manager doing bad guy things, though.
Yeah, something was off about the timing of it, or just Aubrey. She doesn't. I don't know. She needs more experience of like. She reacts to the moves a lot, but she doesn't have experience. Or she doesn't like interact with other people well. Like you can tell that she was going along with it, but her like head kept turning, like making sure she was in the right spot
She
or making
doesn't
sure
know
the
how
timing was
to.
right for her. She doesn't know
She
how to do this
she doesn't
spot that's
know.
required.
Right. She knows how to like do the in the ring stuff. She doesn't know how to do the extra layer of reffing, which is be distracted or anything like that. So
Right, but also that added with Foley's off timing or whatever. I don't know. Just the whole thing was just janky. But, I didn't, but other than that, like the match itself was good or whatever. But just watching it, it just was noticeable. It was like a stumble, like frame rate stumble. It was like they could have done better. But
but
what are you gonna do?
but yeah, we have this. Have best friends come out with the FTR the weenies and
FTR.
And then immediately I got an email. FTR weenie shirts on sale.
yeah, I saw that. I got that too. Yep.
To quote from Shark Tale, "You're cute, but you're a loser." No, don't go. I'm not the loser. I'm a wiener. Well, a few funny moments in that god weird movie.
Yeah. But here's something that wasn't funny. It was actually pretty brutal, and it was next. Dog collar match for the TNT Championship. Cody versus Mr. Brody Lee. Holy shit, this thing was fucking brutal, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Did
So
you,
I didn't see the
I,
match
I
yet with
saw like
you
I
haven't seen the
saw
match on
the
Dynamite,
match
or
on
you didn't see the
YouTube, so
Piper
I
and
still had work.
Greg
No, I
Valentine
didn't.
match?
I haven't seen the original Greg Valentine match, so when they kept on panning the camera to him, I was like, why do they keep on showing this fucking guy? Like, who is this? And then they finally said at the end, or I finally caught an announcer saying it or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay. I was just like,
Hey,
what,
that's
like,
the
dude,
guy
they
from the
showed the
match
guy
he
like
told me to
30 times.
watch. Greg Valentine, Brian Zane said this. Greg Valentine looks like a cigar store Indian come to life.
Well, he looked like Michael Hayes' brother or something. That's why I thought it was. I was like, who is this guy? Like, is he one of the old trainers or like I don't know, just whatever.
But yeah, that's Greg Valentine who wrestled in the first dog collar match at Starcade '83 against Roddy Piper.
Yeah, I still need to go check that out.
You do, because it's awesome. Um, I think this match was as good. Um,
Some people were
It's
saying that
brutal,
they
man.
took the belt off Brody way too soon.
I kind
Yeah,
of,
I say that.
I,
I
I,
don't think I don't think he should have lost it, but it like okay, keep this same match, same ending, but put it a couple weeks later or
yeah.
a
Well,
month
Full
later.
Gear is within 1 month.
Well, but here's something. I agree with you. You know, maybe should have done this full gear, but I kind of warmed up to the idea a little more when they announced Cody's next challenger for next week, which is Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy, right?
And
Oh
I'm
my
really
God,
thinking
this
there's
is
going to be.
like.
I think
Oh
there's going to
boy.
be some Dark Order shenanigans next week when Cody wrestles Orange, setting up potentially for Full Gear a triple threat between Cody, Brody, and Orange, and then maybe Orange will win there. But like
Uh,
I kind of agree. You know, this was a little soon to get it off Brody. But on the flip side of things, I think the only reason Cody lost the belt was because he was going away.
yeah, but
So at least,
see,
Yeah, he
I
revealed
hate
like he
that.
did this like little game show thing in California.
That's the most WWE thing they've done is having him go away for a couple weeks to film something or be a part of something different and then come back right away and win it right away back. It's
right?
like,
Coming
dude, that,
soon. Coming
and
soon.
he even, yeah,
Coming soon. All Elite Studios.
yeah, oh my god. And then it's going to be like
For the
a
love of
Marine,
God, no.
a Marine movie, but starring Cody.
No.
Just
It
call it.
won't be starring Cody. It'll be starring like it won't be the Marine. It'll be like
No, it'll be
a
like
Navy
Jungle
movie.
Boy as a Coast Guard.
Yeah, exactly.
The Navy man.
The Navy SEAL. No, I
I
disagree.
can now that
I
I'm saying
see.
this out loud, do it. That'd be a hilarious BTE skit.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
I think that it was kind of a little too soon to have this match, but I'm a little bit more patient to. They've never really let me down with stuff, so I'm a little bit more on the let's see where this
Wait.
goes rather than let's just hate it right away because WWE's fucked up so much shit. It's kind of like, okay, I see the hate right away. It's like, well, let's see where this leads. But I do feel like this should have been a Full Gear match and not a TV match.
Actually, sorry, I'm laughing way too hard about this. I just thought of something. Screw everyone if AEW makes a movie studio, every movie should star Orange Cassidy.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. It shouldn't star Orange Cassidy. He should be like the Stan Lee cameo, the Orange Cassidy cameo.
Actually, oh shit, somebody got Marvel then.
Yeah. But yeah,
Actually, no,
it
you're right.
makes
Orange
Brody
Cassidy
Lou
should
look
be the
bad
cameo
just
guy.
because losing this quickly just doesn't fit his character well. It doesn't suit him. So it's just kind of like, nah, kind of a letdown. But maybe he'll move on and try to go for the world title then soon or something.
Well,
But then I don't see him.
I do kind of like. I
I
think
think maybe
I don't. But
2022. 2022 is, I think, when Orange Cassidy he'll get a world title shot.
I think so too.
maybe he'll get the FTW. So
I think Darby will
Oh,
end up. I think
God.
Darby will get the FTW belt. Darby will take that from Brian Cage. But I think that the one thing that I think a lot of people overuse this word. Oh, Cody buried Brody Lee. He didn't fucking
really.
bury him. They both looked better in that match. With Cody just looked more resilient.
And plus, we know that on BTE, Brody's going to be throwing paper at everyone in the Dark Order except Dan and Jay.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
they said Cody bulked up. I don't. I was like, it looks the same to me, but they kept on saying he gained 14 pounds for this match. Like, what the fuck? Is he really? But
Okay.
he's trying to be a heavyweight too now, I guess. So.
Now, here's what I think the Orange Cassidy world title picture will be. It'll be him against MJF when he finally wins the belt.
yeah, I still think there's a bit more of a road ahead for MJF with the belt. But
Well, again, I speaking of, well, we'll get to him now because there was Jericho had a tag team match with Hager against Luther.
we got a couple more matches. We got other match to talk about before we get to that.
Right. Okay.
We have Big Swole versus Serena Deeb. It's kind of cool to see Serena Deeb back. Since she had her, she has hair again. It took her 10 years. She's got hair again. She's not, bald from the Stretch Society days anymore. This was a great. I like this match, but I kind of feel like I don't know. I like Big Swole a lot. I think she's a cool character. I dig her. But I see her kind of similar to like how I felt about Britt Baker. Like it's just kind of, she's a good character. She seems like, she'd be a good contender, but she's just not on the level of like the Sheetas, the Statlanders, and Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, she's pretty. I would say she's a mid carder just waiting to break through. You know what I mean? Like she right now she's Triple H before he was Triple H or whatever. Like
she's Grant
Hunter
Schnob, Triple
Hearst
H.
Helmsley.
Right now
Schnob,
she's
Triple
H. Hunter Hearst Helmsley with China for the first time before he became the game and headlining.
Right.
Or whatever. But I really like Big Swole too. But I agree with what you're saying where she's not in the but they women's divisions never had an Intercontinental Championship or something like that. They need one, but
I don't think they should. I don't think the women's division should have a mid-card championship. I think one thing that would be kind of cool is have like an all-women's do like a G1 climax for women in AEW.
Well, they just had the tag team tournament.
They had the tag, but like this is like the round robin. Well,
yeah.
G1's round robin, so like you have like for 2 months all the women's matches are part of this round robin tournament to crown like this super. Because back in the day before the G1 climax in New Japan, it used to just be like winning that tournament was as big as being the champion. The IWGP champion, the belt itself was just essentially, hey, here's what the storylines are built around. The rest of the year when the G1's not going on, and then the month the G1's going on, that's just as big. You could do something like that with the AEW women, where you have this big tournament that's considered, like just a notch underneath the women's title, where wearing that is a big fucking deal. You can bring in and use all these different women and, set something up like that to where, hey, if you're not going for the championship, here's all this stuff here's this big tournament going on that's a big fucking deal, and it could work.
Yeah. Yeah, they need something for the mid carders to do other than just 50-50 booking or just losing or winning or
Yeah.
just blah matches. They need something to go for, something for them to use as a platform to try to get on like just get
Right.
better or whatever. But Britt Baker, like for her, I don't think she's that good. Her character is great, but
Yeah.
her in the ring is like she's not even mid card. She's like what I mean
But her
to me.
character, but this American wrestling where your character means just as much, if not more, than your in ring, and she's got that down pat. So
Right, and yeah, she's good looking and stuff, but like to me, it's like Brie Bella. She's like Brie Bella, where it's like, yeah, I mean, you suck. Like,
At least
right.
she doesn't have her own reality show.
So
just wait.
finally, we get to the main event. Jericho and Jake Hager versus the guy that Jericho broke into the business with, Luther and Serpentico.
I first thought it was just Jericho versus Luther. I didn't know
I
it
know
was a
that's what I
tag
thought.
match.
I was surprised when it was a tag match, but whatever.
Well, they kind of need a tag match because Luther didn't look all that great, I hate to say. But
Yeah,
no, this was kind of a fun match. It's cool to see Jericho mix it up with somebody like Luther again. I do wonder if it wasn't for COVID, if we would have seen like Lance Storm in this match
Mhm.
or something of that nature. But still,
Mm. Yeah. I
no, it
don't
was a good
know.
match though.
But yeah. And then there was the celebration. And then
Celebration.
so.
When I noticed all the only people that came out to celebrate were all the bad guys. But
I saw some of the good guys came out like as the credits were
the
rolling because
credits were fucking
apparently
brilliant.
apparently it turned into Saturday Night Live. It's like thank
All
you
of it
so
were
much for
Chris
the great show
Jericho.
tonight.
That was
I
great.
want to thank Fozzy for being the musical guest. They were freaking amazing. Uh, don't you
Um,
didn't hear it from me.
uh, but then MJF comes out. Um, then does the Rock Farouk where he gives Jericho a gift, which is a giant picture of MJF. And there's a clown.
I first thought Wardlow was carrying out a statue. I didn't know it was a clown.
And and then Jericho breaks the picture, but then kind of keeps the whole, thing going with "I hate clowns." So,
Yeah. So basically, just the little swerve that like him and Kevin Owens did too. But
Yeah, it was pretty
yeah,
good.
I
But
love this
I did.
segment.
You just know they're gonna have a match. They have to have a
I
match soon.
feel like I love how the clown like didn't even like he got hit and then he's still standing and then getting juice effect. But
I
I
was trying to
feel
see if it was Noel Foley's boyfriend.
here
Is it here
Yeah,
for
I
like a
thought
actually
it
month?
was
here's what
Noel
I'm
Foley's boyfriend for a minute, Frank.
Frank,
Frank
here's
the
what I'm
yeah.
clown.
first thinking that I think Guevara might try to warn Jericho that MJF is harming the inner circle and just he's only using you. And I feel like that might set up Guevara MJF. The
Yeah,
winner
oh yeah.
winner is in inner circle, the loser is out.
I think
And screw over
I
Guevara.
think what's gonna happen is just MJF is gonna try and steal the inner circle, and it's just gonna Jericho. I think Jericho's to steal a quote from Tim Storm. He's got more miles in the rearview mirror than he's got in the windshield.
Mhm.
But I think before Jericho hangs it up for good, he's gonna get one last run on the good side of things, and I think he's gonna turn because at
Well,
the end
wait,
of the
he's
day,
like,
Actually, what if Jericho's last match is against MJF?
but Jericho's
I
a vice
think Jericho's
president,
got
isn't
too
he?
much more time to just lose to MJF now and retire. I think that's a bad
True.
fucking call. Um,
True.
I, I actually I don't want to be against MJF. You know who I think it'd be even better to retire him? Kenny, the cleaner Kenny.
Ooh.
But that's like down the line. Like they're both one and
But wait,
one.
haven't both of them rumored that they were gonna retire or just like hang up the boots? Because I could definitely see Jericho's staying with AEW even after he, like, retires from
what are you
the ring,
talking
because he's
about?
definitely going to be either
That's what I'm saying.
commentary,
Like
because
he,
him and Tony Schiavone are just genius
Yeah,
together.
but I'm saying like if somebody's gonna retire Jericho from in ring, I think it'd be a lot better to do it with Kenny than MJF because you could still one, I think it'd just be a better match. I'm not knocking MJF's talent, but it'd be a
Yeah.
better match with Kenny. And
Hey,
you could build up you could
when's
build
Kevin Owens' contract coming up?
you could build up the fact that they've had two matches and they're both 1-1 and if Jericho
Loser retires.
I wouldn't do loser retires, I'd be like title versus career. If I can't beat Kenny and get the AEW title back and be Le Champion one more time, I'll retire.
yeah,
I feel like that,
Yeah.
but like that's something you could do like in 2023, 2024, probably 2023, honestly. Um,
but no, that's what I was saying. Like, isn't he a
would that be a
vice president
Revolution
though
show,
too?
or would that be Revolution?
I
or
think
Double or
you do that
Nothing?
on Double or Nothing. You do that
Okay.
Double or Nothing or All Out. Honestly,
Yeah,
probably Double or Nothing since that kind of seems to be more of their WrestleMania sort of thing. Um, but yeah, that's kind of. I do think that Jericho is going to go the good side. And I think Sammy's going to go with him. But I feel like the rest of the inner circle may stay with MJF. At least Hager and Santana and Ortiz might. And hell,
Well,
actually, you know, they tease a little tension with Wardlow and MJF. What if it ends up being Wardlow ends up going, and he kind of got blackmailed, saying, "You have a contract with me." Jericho could say, "I'll give you a contract. You don't have to be with MJF," and you could do like MJF, Hager, Santana, Ortiz versus Jericho, Sammy, Wardlow, and you could work somebody
Right.
else into that storyline on Jericho's side. You could, you know, do something like
Yeah.
that, like in a Stadium Stampede or a Blood and Guts match or something like that.
Yeah.
but yeah, Jericho will still be around though. Like
Oh yeah, he'll.
I don't. I would rather see the inner circle just disband rather than just like having a new leader or whatever. Like kind of like the Bullet Club route, but like
Well, but
it.
let's be honest. I don't know if MJF will call it the inner circle. I think once he like steals some of the members away, they'll call it something different. Like he'll call it MJF Circle or something like that.
Right.
Or you know what I mean? MJF will completely disband it and build it up, name it all in his own image. So
Because they have to like, because the whole thing was just like Jericho is the big name draw that you were like, oh, okay, I'm interested, and then all these new guys he wanted to have eyes on, like Santana or Ortiz. If you didn't necessarily know them, you'll
right.
watch because Jericho's telling you to watch or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but with MJF, it's like, would that concept work, or would that, would it be people wouldn't care because it's like, who's this guy? Like,
I
know
think
Jericho is.
eventually with MJF, all his followers will betray him.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it is with MJF, except for like maybe one who he can still manipulate. But yeah, that's kind of. But MJF's gonna get. He's been talking about wanting a stable. I don't see him not getting a stable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm just literally like looking over the roster about like who exactly could MJF fight, or not MJF, Jericho.
I think you got to get an MJF match in with Jericho. Like that's a must.
Well, Jericho can. I mean, if he's gonna retire soon or whatever, he can have a couple big more matches, but he can pretty much just run through anyone.
I think you got to have a
Basically-
rematch with him and Page. Eventually, you got to let Adam Page get one over on Jericho. You got to do the rubber match with Kenny.
Yeah.
Got to do a rubber match with Kenny.
Wait, what about Matt Hardy? Just Jericho Matt Hardy.
I'd like to see a Jericho Daniels program. To be honest with you, Matt would be good too, but I'm wanting to like kind of hit kind of more of the. If he's already wrestled them before, like I'm trying to think like what would be a better like what will help the company grow more with Jericho wrestling him one more time. Matt Hardy, that's not going to help the company grow as much or help build a new star. Adam Page, yes. Kenny, even though he's still somewhat of a big time star, he still needs that big win in America over Jericho. MJF,
You know what?
you need that.
What about Sammy, actually? What about Sammy?
Eventually a Sammy match, yeah. Jericho's still got a lot more left to give, but I also see things this way. If Jericho just is always going out on his back, then it means nothing to beat him. So,
Yeah.
you know,
This is one of the instances where I'd rather have him go out in WWE just because it seems like there'd be more legend options.
there'd be more
But
true, but I could see Jericho thinking that he would rather go out making somebody like a Page, like Omega, than just going to WWE and being told, "Hey, here's Baron Corbin. Go fucking lose,
God
man."
damn. If he fucking never mind. They would do that.
Oh,
God,
okay.
Baron Corbin.
What if a wild Kurt Angle shows up on AEW in his TNA music?
No,
No,
I love
just
Kurt
not.
Angle, but no, because
Yeah, he's not looking so great in his last match.
he wasn't looking so great in his last few matches, and
Mhm.
let's just kind of
Mhm.
no.
Well, it could have been like AJ, or you know what I mean, like fucking.
Even
That would have been
Jericho and
tight.
AJ even really kind of wasn't that great. Like it was
Or
good, but it wasn't.
or Owens.
Yeah, remember Y2AJ? Jesus Christ. That actually could have been an incredible tag team.
But could have been
I'm kind of glad
Owens.
they didn't stick with him as a tag team because AJ Styles got way too fucking like over and way too
Yeah.
white hot, and he did not need to be confined to the useless tag division of the WWE. When he had some show stealing matches with John Cena to have and a world title to win that year instead of just wasting his time with something that means absolute dick in WWE, and that's tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Dynamite. Chris Jericho did all the credits as they rolled.
30 years.
30 years of
Crazy.
Jericho.
Jeez.
And, I'm really, we
Hey,
kind
imagine
we
5
of
more
made it.
years. We get Jericho 35.
Yeah, let's get. I don't know when Jericho will hang it up, but I think that,
And definitely, I still say he's gonna stay, help out with the Bucks with like the whole behind the scenes thing. Maybe he'll be a trainer for like any new talent we'll sign in.
Yeah.
And again,
yeah.
I still
Announcer,
think
probably manager.
I would rather have him and Tony Schiavone calling all the AEW like matches, like him, yeah, Schiavone, him, and Taz. Sorry, Jr., but I feel like he butchers a lot of the stuff lately.
JR was good last night. I want to say that.
Okay, there we
For
go.
all the trust me, there's some times where JR is just, what the fuck is this garbage? But
Hmm.
JR
I
was
like
good
Taz
last
as a
night.
commentator. He's just epic.
I like Taz as like he kind of like the new Bobby Heenan. Not like in terms. I don't mean that in terms of like his quick wit or him being funny, but like, hey, he's calling the matches with the guys he's managing in there, so he's kind of they're.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when the Royal Rumble '92 with Bobby Heenan, just constantly the whole time, cheering for Ric Flair in that match. That's kind of the vibe I get from. I mean, obviously nothing's going to be on Heenan's level that night, but I get a similar vibe from Taz
And,
with
and
those
I
matches.
especially liked him when he and I hope to God it's the same guy, Mike Tenay. He was on TNA.
Mike
Him and
Tenay.
Tenay. Yeah, I think he was the commentator for TNA. I'm trying to.
Yes.
Okay, it was, yeah. Him, like Tenay and Taz, like the two of them, I thought they were epic. So I literally think
Right.
Shivani, Jericho, and Taz can be the trio for AEW.
I don't know if I
in
know.
my opinion.
You got to.
I like Excalibur.
Yeah, but say Excalibur's a better play-by-play man than all of them. So
Yeah.
I don't really know about
Yeah.
Taz. I like Taz only being the commentator for when his guys are in the, in the match. I
I
prefer
guess.
that. But I think
But
we've
no, there
covered.
comes a point when Jericho, I know he's like trying to be the bad guy, but he's also just putting in the honesty on, what's happening, what the next guy is going to do. So he's basically being the Tony Romo of wrestling. He knows what
Yeah,
they're going to do next. Which
yeah,
shockingly, Tony Romo, he's a better broadcaster than he ever was a football player.
right.
Fuck the Cowboys, come after me.
All right, so that's pretty well the week in wrestling, and that is pretty well the show. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of pro wrestling, but from the world of gaming, anime, comic books, and all things geek culture. If you want to support me, go follow me on my social media pages, facebook.com/athleticgeek89, Twitter @athletic_geek89, and Instagram athleticgeek89. And if you'd like to help support the channel financially, go hit me up on Patreon. All the money I'll make on Patreon will go back into the channel and into improving all of this here. So,
Fancy,
yeah.
you got a Patreon. Nice.
I don't have any patrons yet, but I got a Patreon. And
It's okay.
anybody
I
else?
tried to make a Patreon. Nobody would support it. Thanks, guys.
Uh,
Kidding. It's all good.
and anybody else? I know y'all have social media. Well, I know EZ has social media to plug.
Y'all follow me at the Elite Era. I've been putting my podcast on hiatus right now due to work situation, as I'm currently in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, I mean Schittsburg. I'm sorry, I mean Pittsburgh right now. uh, but I will be back in the Cleveland town, everyone, in 2 weeks' time. As for
Under construction
looking,
since 1868.
yep, exactly. We all saw the video. But hey, it could be worse. At least we're not Detroit's.
They're not Detroit.
But
And
yeah,
then
as of right now, just all episodes on hiatus. Just trying to keep myself onto a schedule. But I'm always active on Twitter. If you ever want to hit me up, say hi to everyone. Shout out to the Podcast Wrestling Federation. You guys are amazing. Shout out to my girl Haley, who beat cancer
fuck
last
yeah.
week. Fuck cancer. I love it. My girl. And also today was very special. We have been together for 1 year and 5 months, and we still haven't fucking met face to face. Thanks, COVID. We love you.
God damn.
Yeah, and now Eric sells on Macari, but don't listen to him about all my shit being for sale. You will get
Make
hustled.
him an offer, you know.
Make an offer, and then you're gonna get something in the mail. You're gonna get like, oh hey, you think that Intercontinental title's for sale? You're gonna get like one of those like frickin' braided belts with a big like fucking sticker on it that just says Intercontinental. Yeah, you're gonna get hustled. You're gonna get hustled. But he does have some real stuff on Makara. You should buy from him. And yeah. So for Eric Wade and EZ, I am the Athletic Geek. We are 3 marks. Yes, I counted this
Hey,
time.
finally.
And we're out. Have a good one.
All right.